There was a question that came up recently. Why do you wear that goofy hat? But that was from my daughter, so I'm not gonna answer that question. But there was another question about when I did the video. We talked about building this 6x10 mobile chicken cage, and I kind of glossed over the part about using PVC trim board to mount the bucket on top for our automatic watering system. And I tend to do that. I tend to gloss over things that seem intuitive to me, but I'm being informed that perhaps a little bit more information might be forthcoming on that. So I'm just going to do a short little update just to talk a little bit more about PVC trim board and what it is. Basically, you find it in the building supply stores along with the lumber and such. It's a vinyl trim. You know, it has the fake wood grain on one side, and I think it's probably paintable, but you use it to make your trim and soffit and everything else. But I like to use this for a lot of things that I substitute for plywood for it, because it's very millable, very easy to work with, very durable. It just holds up really well. So I think I'll unhook the camera here and I'll take you over and we'll look at this bracket that I made to mount the bucket on top of this cage. Okay, so if you remember our hanging chicken water, we have a video on how to make that. They work really slick. But you need to mount a bucket on top that acts as your reservoir. And I found the simplest way to do it. I had a piece of they call it 1x6. It's 3/4 of an inch or 5/4 or whatever thick. And I just cut a piece about 1 foot long. And I found the center of it. I drilled a couple holes and I countersunk it. And then I just used a couple of 2-inch deck screws, or maybe 3-inch, 2.5-inch maybe, and screwed that into the ridge. So it's plenty durable. It's not going to go anywhere. And then it's easily removable should you want to transport this cage. And remember, to transport a cage like this, all you have to do is flip it upside down and it nestles nicely in the bed of a pickup truck. So of course you got to keep the tailgate down, but it does. So then for the ends, I just set the bucket on a little piece of PVC trim board, and I just cut out. And this stuff cuts out easily with either a saber saw or a bandsaw. And then I just used a couple of 1.5 or 1.25 screws and just screwed that down. I don't think I glued anything. So that's really it. And you don't need to use PVC trim board. You can certainly use plywood. It's just that it's so non-reactive in the sun and it lasts a long time and it's so easy to work with. The downside is it's a bit expensive. I think a length of that, an 8-foot length, is, I don't know, somewhere close to probably 20 bucks, but I usually buy a length and use it for all kinds of projects. So here's the other thing that I use it for. The latch on these cages, I just cut a small piece, rounded the edges, drilled a hole that a screw would fit loosely in, and then countersunk it, and that way you can put that screw in nice and snug. And I screw it not only through the wood, but also through this block that goes in the back, and that's the door stop. So this is probably an 1.5 or 2-inch screw that goes well into here, and then I put on the inside, I just screwed that to the door frame. So short video, but it's just handy stuff to have around for all kinds of projects. So once again, this is Mark with Backwood Basics, asking you to please subscribe. We're trying to put out some videos that are hopefully informative, and we really like to share information, and we just love doing this kind of stuff. So thanks for watching.